Topic 24. A person you know is planning to move to your town or city. What do you think that person would like and dislike about living in your town or city? Why? Use specific reasons and details to develop your essay. I think that a person who I know would like to live in my town, but also dislike parts of my town. First of all, I think that a person I know would like my town views. They are pretty sights. Our town has an area of water and a cute big ladybug statue in a big playground. There is a bike riding road and a really big park right behind my town. There is also a little library and a fitness club down in a basement. I think someone I know would like these things about my town. I think that a person I know would dislike the guards for the apartments. They look scary and for some reasons they are not nice to children. I just don't want to talk to them. The person that I know would probably try to talk to one of the guards, but whoever that person is, the guards won't like them. I live in Suwon, and Suwon's train and other forms of public transportation are very well developed. If my visitor is from Gwangju, that person would probably like the public transportation here, because in Gwangju, the public transportation is not very well developed, except for the buses. I think there are a number of things that a visitor to my town would both like and dislike. Thank you.
Much better, Lisa. Much better. You feel different? You should. It's much better. Take your time. Connect with everybody first. Okay. That's it.
Lots of people spend their free time indoors because it's more convenient. However, I prefer to spend my free time outdoors, as I enjoy outdoor activities, and also I like nature.
Show us some of your excitement here, Ryan. These are activities you enjoy, you're about to tell us.
To begin with, I will state why I most enjoy doing outdoor activities. My favorite hobbies are biking, playing soccer, and basketball. Basketball. When I do those activities, all of my stresses are gone with my sweat, which makes me feel refreshed. I also take in a lot of fresh air, which helps me to concentrate when I need to work, and it even helps me academically.
Good.
However, these activities can't be done indoors, so I have to go outside.
Good.
I really like nature.
How much?
Extremely.
Tell us again how much you like it.
I really like nature.
Good.
I feel very relieved when I sit on the grass and enjoy the beauty of nature.
Good.
When I am stressed and confused, nature helps my mind become calm. Hardships turns to joy when the soft breeze fans my cheeks. My life changes from intricate to simple as how the tangle thread straightens. If I choose to spend my spare time indoors, it would be impossible to enjoy this beauty. In conclusion, I prefer to spend my free time outdoors, as I enjoy outdoor activities, and also I like nature.
It's better, Ryan. Better. Much better. There's a better confidence there. Right, Leon.
Nowadays, there are more than 100 countries in the world. Some countries have large amount of money, while others do not. People usually call rich countries as developed countries. However, even in developed countries, there are still some people suffering because of poverty. Korea is one of the countries that will be mentioned as an example. Although a few years ago, Korea used to be considered as a developing country, nevertheless, it turned to a developed country within 2 decades. Some people say that this is remarkable development. However, because of this, a significant gap between rich people and poor people is formed. There are several reasons that they will be limited to the 3 that are most relevant to the poor. First of all, due to the wrong system in Korea, the poverty usually passes through the generations regardless of the amount of people support. Most people think this is common, that the output will be the same as input, and this gives people energy to work harder and harder. However, this is not the truth in society. In real life, it is considered as a hard situation to change his or her poverty. This is because poor parents might not be able to earn enough money to educate their children as much as rich parents do. Therefore, as the salary is determined by the level of education, the gap between poor and rich might remain still and or even enlarged. As a result, poor people remain poor, rich people remain rich. For example, a survey showed that the proportion of the people's poverty through many generations did not change much. This shows that the poverty normally goes through generations. The second point is that the job applications are more than the demands of job opportunities. This means that there are too many people in a small place. The density of population in Korea is about 50 million. In Seoul, however, there are 10 million people living in there. Almost 1/5 of population live in a small area, and they all want to get a job. This sort of factor leads to high rates of unemployment, so the poverty is increasing. Also, this is why Korea has big gap between rich people and poor people. Once they have jobs in capital, they will get enormous amount of money. Amount of money. However, the unemployed people are still poor. For example, in Korea, we call an area where poor people frequently living as Moon Village. This is because their houses are located at the hill close to the sky. The houses are usually very old and not well energy supply. However, employed people are usually living in modern apartments. This shows that the difference between poor people and rich people is big. The last thing that leads the gap between poor and rich is monopoly of big companies. As people might know, Korea has really big company that is called Samsung. Then people might wonder why Korean people are still poor even they have worldwide known company. The reason is that they are gathering all the money. Therefore, it is hard to run small businesses. It might be collapsed within just 10 years. The only people who are in Samsung will earn a great deal of money, while others are not earning enough money. For example, the initial salary is $60,000 per year, while the labor will get only $5 per hour. This makes the difference. This makes the big difference between people's lives in Korea. To sum up, many causes are leaving the significant gap between rich people and poor people. Firstly, the richer get richer, lead the gap as the different amount of education they get. Secondly, there are too dense people in capital, so many people are remaining as unemployed, which is causing the gap. Lastly, the monopoly of big company prevents other people from running businesses, so it limits the chance for other businesses to other businesses to produce more job opportunities. Thank you.
Leo, poverty.
Poverty.
Yeah, so V. Poverty. Okay. Several.
Several.
Truth. Education.
Education.
Yeah, you know, education.
Education.
Education. Good. For. Living.
Living.
Good. Frequently.
Frequently.
Yeah, so it's quite. Frequently.
Frequently.
Yeah, good. And very.
Very.
Good. That's good. Dave.
School. I go to a marine school, which is in Christchurch. Jacob, who used to be in New Zealand until last year, and I were the only boys in the Y Academy who went to marine school. From term 3 onwards, I was the only boy from the Y Academy who went to marine school because Jacob went back to Korea. In New Zealand, most schools only have one floor, but in Korea, there are usually a few floors. I think this is because in New Zealand, they have more space than in Korea. I like New Zealand schools because they have more space to play, and the teachers in New Zealand don't hit students, but in Korea some teachers do hit students. There are lots of differences between New Zealand schools and Korean schools. I think that the biggest difference is that in Korea they speak Korean, but in New Zealand they speak English.
Thank you, Dave.
Some people say that the computer has made life easier and more convenient. Other people say that the computer has made life more complex and stressful. In modern society, the computer takes an important role. Every company uses a computer for work because it saves them time. Much information can come from the computer. Can much information come from a newspaper? Not really. Can much information come from books? Maybe it can, but the computer contains much more information than both newspapers and books. It is a fact that the computer has made life easier and more convenient. For instance, compare the time it takes to do work when using the computer and work done by hand. I'm sure the gap is big. Other people say that the computer has made life more complex and stressful. This opinion is also logical. According to data, stress levels are much higher now compared to when the computer didn't exist. Companies want to earn a lot of money, so they pressure the workers a lot. This makes the workers tired. Computers can do a lot of things, and because of that, workers need to work harder than before. In my opinion, I believe that the computer makes our life more convenient, more fun, and much easier. For instance, now I write this essay using a computer. This is much easier and more convenient than writing by hand. Another example of this is when I was in middle school. Our teacher told us that a computer was coming into school. Before then, teachers had to calculate students' grade by hand. It took a long time. However, when our school got a computer, the work was able to finish in one day by just one teacher. That is an amazing change, isn't it? This example shows us that the computer has made our lives much easier. Finally, there are thousands of games in existence. I am sure that many children and adults enjoy computer games, so the computer gives us something to do. There are two different opinions of the computer. One is that the computer has made our lives easier and more convenient. The other opinion is that the computer has made life more complex and stressful. I believe in first opinion, which is that the computer has made life easier. Both opinions have their own logic, so it is up to you to choose which side you believe in. Thank you.
Harry, isn't?
Is it?
Yeah, it's a hard tune and complex.
Complex.
Yeah, complex. Yes.
Page. I don't like. Yeah.
Mike.
The letter.
Up. Slash guy. Nice and open and loud.
The weather. There are 5 kinds of weather on Earth. There are snowy, sunny, foggy, cloudy, and windy. My favorite type of weather is sunny, 'cause it means I can play outside outdoors. Although when it's snowy,
Nice and loud and open.
when it's snowy, I don't want to go outside because it's cold, and when it's windy, I don't want to go outside either. Windy weather can indicate a disaster is going to happen, such as a cyclone or a drought, which are very dangerous.
Open.
So windy weather can be scary. A person you know is planning. A person.
Ground yourself down.
A person you know is planning to move to your town or city. What do you think this person would like and dislike about living in your town or city? Why? Use specific reasons and details to develop your essay. I think that there are many things that a person would like about my town. In my town, there are many malls, restaurants, schools, academies, and parks. I think, however, that a person might dislike a few things about my town too. The stations are 50 minutes away by bus. There are not swimming pools and there are no amusement parks in my town. I think the main things about my town that a person would like are the many malls, restaurants, schools, academies, parks, and the good air. In my town, there are a lot of trees, so the air is good. If the person has a child, it would be a good thing as we have many libraries and academies. There are parks in my town so that he or she could go and play or go for a walk. In my town school, there are a lot of smart children so they could get good information and learn well. In my town school, there are a lot of systems in place
students can learn English. The teachers at school choose some good students and teach them math and science. Those students make robots and things, and it is free for them if the students study hard and smart. On the other hand, a person coming to my town might dislike the fact there aren't any swimming pools or amusement parks, and the fact that in the summer there are a lot of insects. A lot of insects because of all the trees. The visitor could go to the amusement park in 30 to 40 minutes by car, but it is not in my town. If the visitor wanted to learn how to swim, he or she would have to go to another town, but bus. There are a lot of insects because of all the trees. A lot of insects because of all the trees. The visitor would have to travel 50 minutes to get to the station to get a subway because it is not in my town. If the traffic is bad, it is hard to get somewhere by the subway. For these reasons, I think that a person would both like my town and dislike my town. I think they would like that there are a lot of shops, restaurants, malls, and schools. But the person would dislike the insects, the fact there is no station, swimming pools, or amusement parks. Thank you for listening. Do you agree or disagree with the following statement? TV has destroyed communication among friends or family. Use specific reasons and examples to support your answer. I disagree with the statement that television has destroyed communication among friends or family. The first reason why I disagree with the above statement is because watching television gives us something to say and talk about with friends and family. For example, I watched a television program which is really popular in Korea, and I found out something really fascinating in one of the scenes. When I met my friends and family, I told them about it. When one of my friends didn't know about the program, I was able to recommend it. The second reason that I disagree with the above statement is if you watch a drama or funny television program such as The Running Man, One Sleep 2 Days, or Stalking, we can share the humor. My friends and I talk about these shows, and this creates communication between friends. By watching these programs, I can know what my friends or family think about these programs. To conclude, I disagree with the statements. TV has destroyed communication among friends or family.